Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Liz. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got these polygel nails using the Macart polygel nail extension kit and the Model 1's polygel extension. So here I'm just quickly showing you what comes in the kit. It comes with a mini UV lamp, some nail forms, 4 glitters, some stones, which actually don't come that full. I bought a separate pack on Amazon, so I'm just showing you that that's what I dumped in and that's why they look so full. So we're getting into the meat and the potatoes of the kit in a second. Here I'm just showing you the pamphlet that comes with it. So before we get into the kit, I just quickly want to mention that I am not a nail tech. I'm not a licensed professional. I just got this kit for Christmas and I thought it would be cool to show you how I use this kit. So here I'm just showing you the brush and picker tool, and you get a 100-180 grit file, which is really nice. And you get slip solution and 6 tubes of polygel. So there I'm just showing you the clear to the darkest, and I'm gonna be using the second to last color there, that hot pink. It's a jelly pink. So you see the tubes and the base and top coat and the slip solution. So here I show you the Model 1's dehydrator and primer. And here I'm just roughing up my nails just a little bit because they are pretty rough. I had just taken off a set previously to this, so they don't need that much. So I'm just quickly applying the dehydrator to my nails and the primer, and I'm gonna give that some time to dry. So after I give the primer a few moments to set, I take a thin coat of base coat and I stick it in the lamp to cure. So once that's cured, I pick out my nail forms. Here I show you that I actually prefer the Model 1 nail forms. I feel like they look better on my hands. They're straighter as opposed to the ones that come with the kit. They're a little bit more curved, and I personally don't like how that looks on my hands. So I'm starting with the Model 1's polygel. It's color changing and number 386 from the pink polygel kit. I use this little dampen dish from Savers and 91% alcohol. You could use the slip solution that comes with the kit. I just prefer to use alcohol. So I'm starting with my first form. I already have a little bit of polygel in there from my other hand. I just move it over if there's any excess to avoid wasting any product. Now I'm gonna squeeze a good amount on there, making sure that the thickest part is near the end of the nail, so away from the cuticle. And I've learned that the best way to spread the product is to push it around instead of dragging it. Also, if you noticed, when I dipped my brush in, I wiped it off on the towel so it wasn't sopping wet. So when I place it on my nail, I make sure to smooth the bottom out so there's no bumps, because after you cure it, it's really hard to even out the bottom of the nail. So once I pop off the form, I like to wipe down the underside with alcohol since it is tacky because it was not touching the form. So now I'm just working on my index finger and I'm using the color changing polygel, and again I'm just squeezing a good amount into the form, placing it on my finger, and once I place it on my finger, if any excess squeeze out, I like to clean it up. So with this nail, it kept popping up a little bit, so I had to stick my other hand in the lamp and hold it down while it cured to make sure that it didn't cure crooked. So here I'm just popping off the form, and you can see that it looks alright. The surface is fairly smooth, but I still need to file and shape it. So now I'm gonna move on to my middle finger, my ring finger, and my pinky finger. So once again, it's really important to clean up the cuticle edges. It just makes the process a lot easier when it comes to filing and shaping. And as well as make sure you smooth out the underside of every nail. Again, it makes your life a lot easier when it comes to filing and shaping. So while I'm doing the ring finger and the pinky finger, I want to talk about a couple things. When I first started doing polygel nails, it was not easy. It did take me like 3 hours to do one hand. This is probably my third set, so I've gotten a little bit better, but I'm not perfect at it. So if you do polygel, don't be discouraged if you don't get it on the very first try. It does take a little bit of skill, but it is totally worth it to be able to design your own nails and pay a fraction of the cost. So here with the pinky nail, you're gonna see in a minute, it did cause a little bit of air bubble, an air bubble, at the bottom of my nail there. So what I do once it's cured, I use one of my other nails to kind of pop up what is not adhered fully to my nail. And once that's kind of flaked off, I will go over it with another little blob of polygel and smooth it over and then cure it so that it's filled in. So I'm just wiping off the sticky layer here because it wasn't done with the nail form, so it does have that tacky layer. So now I'm going to whip out my e-file and I'm going to file these babies down. So you don't have to file them down since the surface is smooth, but it does make the cuticle a lot smoother, and I've learned that it'll make it catch less on your hair if it's not perfectly flush with the cuticle if you file it down a little bit. So you can definitely do this by hand. I spent about I think it was like $17 on this file. I bought it on Amazon. So it's definitely worth the investment. So here I'm just doing my right hand. I just want to show that I do both my hands by myself. Some people don't believe me when I tell them that I do, but yes, I do. So once I have most of the filing done, I'm going to take a sturdy hand file and I'm going to perfect the shape. Then I'm going to take a buffing block and I'm going to buff out any scratches. So I'm going to be using some nail foil. This one is by McCart. It has some really nice flowers and butterflies on them. I'm also going to be using this stone picker as well as this stuck drill glue and the base coat to put the stones into. So to adhere the foil, I use the nail art foil glue. I apply it to the nails I'm going to stick the foil onto, and I cure that to make it tacky and prepare it for the foil to stick onto. Now for the rhinestones, I'm taking the drill glue, I'm applying it with the brush it came with. I'm applying it liberally to all the nail. I'm trying to focus most of the product on the cuticle because that's where the stones are gonna go. And once I apply that, I clean off the brush so it doesn't get stiff. I take the base coat, I do a generous coat of base coat, and then I stick the rhinestones directly into that without curing. So after that, I cure it and then I apply the top coat. So here you can just see, I'm showing you that one of the rhinestones fell off. So I cured everything together. That nail foil glue is sticky, so here I'm just rubbing the foil on. I'm just using my finger, I think it works best. And I'm trying to make it a little bit more even. It doesn't always work, but most of the time it looks pretty good. So here I'm just taking the top coat. I like to top coat the top and bottom of my nails. It makes them really nice and smooth, and I feel like it just looks more sleek. And I do top coat my rhinestones. I learned that from Femi.Beauty. She's right, it really doesn't make a difference in how they shine. So I just don't even bother trying to maneuver around them. I just top coat the entire thing. So here I'm curing one last time, and I'm going to apply some cuticle oil to finish off the look. Here I'm using, I think it's the LA Colors. This is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back next week with another video. Bye!